Welcome to QlikView Tips and Tricks. My name is Josh Good. I'm a Solutions Architect here at QlikTech. In this video, we're going to look at groups. QlikView has two different kinds of groups. You can have a drill group, or you can have a cycle group. Groups are very useful for conserving real estate and giving more flexibility to the users when they're interacting with the UI. For example, here we have a chart that's showing sales by country, and we may want to adjust that chart so it's showing sales by city or maybe even sales by postal code. To create a new group, you can go directly into the chart by right-clicking, going to Properties, and then going to the Dimensions tab. At the bottom here on the left, you can see Edit Groups. We'll click on Edit Groups. Inside here, we can create a new group. And in our case, we're going to build a drill group that's going to work from country down to city and finally to postcode. We'll give this a name. We'll call it Geo Drill Group. And then we click OK. And there it is there. And we click OK again. You'll notice here in our available dimensions, we now have a new group here called Drill Group. And we can add that in and remove country. Click OK. So it looks much the same as it does before. However, we have this extra country group with a little arrow next to it. So how this will work is if we select an individual country, QlikView will then show us the next level in our drill, which in our case would be city. So if we select on Belgium over here, you'll see we now drill down to the two cities in Belgium. And then we can further drill down, and we can get down to the individual postal codes inside that city. In this case, there's only one. Using the up arrow, we can move back up and change our selections. One interesting behavior from a drill group is it is very hierarchical. It's sort of more of a traditional sense of the way you might use business intelligence. There isn't an opportunity, for example, to pick Germany and the US and then be able to view the cities within Germany and the US and see how the sales are doing within those cities. However, with a cycle group, we can do that. So if I go back into the properties here, and we're going to create a new group, and we're going to call this Geo Cycle Group, and we're going to choose this radio button right here. So country, city, and then postcode. Select OK here, and you can see we have a new group created. In this case, it's the cycle group. And we'll click OK, and there it is right here. So we're going to add that in and remove our drill group and click OK. So you notice the chart doesn't change at all. It still shows us country like it did before. One thing that's a little different with a cycle group is it will not move down to the next level until you ask it to. And actually, it's not set up in a hierarchical sense at all. So I can click on Belgium like I did before, and then I can cycle through and then see the individual cities within Belgium. And I can select on a city and then cycle again and see the postcode. So it's a very similar behavior. But I also can then continue to cycle and go back up to Belgium, but you'll notice that I'm still looking at an individual city within Belgium. Or I can also select multiple countries and then use the cycle and now see all the cities that are inside Germany and the US in my selections. Or I could even move down right down to the postcodes and see how my postcodes are doing. So cycle groups and drill groups work a little bit differently. One nice thing with both of them is you can set those up and they can drill between anything you want. One really nice thing about QlikView is these groups are available in any object, and you can also use them not only inside charts but list boxes. For example, here I can create a new list box. And notice my two selections here is my Geo Cycle group or my Geo Drill group. If I select my Geo Cycle group and click OK, here I get that that list box right here. I'm going to just normalize the formatting with everything else on my application, and then I have my little cycle button here, and I can cycle. You'll notice also while I'm changing my list box here, you notice that the group is connected to all the other parts where you're using the group. So in this case, when I'm cycling through on my list box, I'm also cycling through on my chart as well. That concludes QlikView Tips and Tricks for today. Please use QlikView Community, where there's a wealth of knowledge on how to use QlikView. And also remember, we have partners and expert services who can assist you with your particular QlikView deployment.